We're going to check out Geography Now's What is Eurovision? See if we can learn a little bit more about the song contest and pick up where Eurovision Song Explainer from the Will Ferrell movie clip left off.
I remember the first time I was introduced to Eurovision was in 2014 when I visited Denmark, and back then they were actually hosting Eurovision. I had no idea what it was, and then when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is a big deal out here. So today we answer the question, what is Eurovision? Explained by the perfect candidate, me, an American. Logic! Now, if you really want to know what Europeans think of each other, don't watch the news or read an article on history. Just watch Eurovision. What is Eurovision? Well, first of all, specifically, it's the Eurovision Song Contest. Eurovision is actually the name of the network in Switzerland that kind of started the whole thing. Second of all, in the shortest way I can summarize it, it's like the longest running, most watched singing competition in the world, held in May with finals sometimes lasting up to 4 hours. It involves mostly all of the countries in Europe and a few that aren't even in it as well. Literally every country in Europe except for Liechtenstein and, no surprise, Vatican City has competed at least once in the competition. Can you...
Wait,
That's
Vatican
not
City?
Vatican City. That's its own nation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Pope.
Come
Pope
on.
needs to show up with some
bangers.
Hail Marys.
Yeah, seriously.
Can you imagine a Vatican priest competing in the competition? Who knows, maybe one day. Europe is pretty surprising. So how did it all begin? Basically, back in the 1950s, Europe had to figure out a way to make everybody cool with each other after World War II. So, no shocker, Europe's little rational psychiatrist Switzerland was like, hey, everyone likes music, so let's do a friendly little singing competition amongst each other to appease the masses. And it worked! Switzerland, the most neutral of all nations, hosted the first competition in Lugano with 7 countries, and no surprise, Switzerland, the most neutral competitor, won the first competition. Since then, it's been going on literally for over 60 years. Slowly over time, new countries joined in. After the fall of the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia, tons of new countries wanted in, and now over 40 are taking part. Basically, each country submits an original song and a singer or group to perform for the grand prize. On the surface, it seems kind of fun, but underneath the whole deal, it's like this whole systematically complex formulated competition. It involves a lot of math, politics, and strategy. And by strategy, I mean this.
Yep.
The rules are always changing because they always find new problems, but for one, you get 3 minutes to sing and you can choose whatever language you want. However, recently a lot of people have just chosen to sing in English. Belgium once trolled everybody by singing in a fake language twice. And for some reason, Norway once sang in Swahili. Now, because they're...
Nah, that's some Class A trolling right there. And tell me you don't have money to host it next year without telling me.
Yep.
And yes, finally acknowledging that there is a politicalness to it. As a fan of music, I try to get away from that as much as possible, but it's just unrealistic to not acknowledge it. I figure at the time this is the end of January, by the time May rolls around, I'll know some of the nuances.
Well, here's my take on it. The music isn't politically driven. It's the scoring system.
The scoring system is.
And it's not the musician's fault. It's just how it is.
Yeah, the relationship between each country. And he said it straight up. If you want to see what every European country thinks of each other, don't look at the news, look at Eurovision.
Yep.
Are the biggest financial contributors. There are 5 countries that automatically qualify for the final every year. They are France, Germany, Spain, the UK, and Italy. Now you might think because these countries automatically qualify, that might be unfair. So to make up for it, these countries usually send in singers that deliberately suck so they can kind of make up for the advantage. Now, how do you...
Those are always fun to check out. A few of y'all have commented. I shouldn't be surprised at all the cheese, but there's so much cheese to be had. I didn't order that much cheese on my pasta.
That is awesome. Have you heard that Mustache song yet?
It's fire.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's timeless.
Now, how do you win? Well, in order to win, you have to get the points, which happens through voting. The voting system has changed throughout the years. At first, there was a single jury that voted. Then there was a jury in every competing nation that gave a point system between 1 to 8, 10, and 12 points to their favorite performers. Then in 1997, they experimented with the first call-in televoting system. Then that got messy because politics. So in 2016, they brought back the juries and fused the two together so each got a 50-50 say in the point system. Basically, the rule is you can't vote for your own country, but you can give points to other countries. This is where politics usually comes in and why the televoting system got kind of messy. You can really get a sense of who the real friends are. Like the Nordic countries always support each other, the Slavic countries, Greece and Cyprus always give each other like the highest points, and so on. So that's why they had to bring the jury system back to balance things out. To this day, Ireland has the most wins at 7, Sweden comes in next at 6, France and Luxembourg and the UK each have 5, the Netherlands has 4, Denmark, Israel, and Norway have 3, and Austria, Germany, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, and the Ukraine each have 2. Otherwise, when it comes to performances, pretty much anything goes. You can wear wacky costumes, use silly props, you can incorporate elements that illustrate your nation's culture or heritage, you can run around in a hamster wheel. You don't even have to use performers that are from your country. I mean, Celine Dion won in the 80s. She competed for Switzerland and she's from Canada. You can take the competition seriously or you can make a complete fool of yourself. And that's kind of the other thing that needs to be addressed. Apparently, from what I've been told, many of the countries that compete in Eurovision don't even want to win Eurovision.
Alright, before we get to that, that's why I got a comment when I did a cover of Olsen Brothers' Fly on the Wings of Love that won 2000 Eurovision. They would love to see me go to one of these countries and represent them in the contest. And I would love to do that. If you handle that or you know somebody, put in a good word for me.
Oh my God, yes.
I want to do it so badly.
But you would have to wear all glitter.
I don't give a fuck.
Like,
y'all do whatever you want. Just let me be part of it,
Great.
please.
That'd be great, dude. Oh my God.
Compete in Eurovision don't even want to win Eurovision. As in, they deliberately suck so that they can lose. Now, why would you want to lose Eurovision? Because according to the rules, the winning country of Eurovision has to host the next Eurovision. Hosting a Eurovision is like hosting a little mini Olympics. It costs a lot of money and taxes to accommodate such a huge event that gets bigger and bigger every year. And this is where the infamous troll contestants come in. Every year there are so many with like over-the-top, campy, horribly constructed performances, and it's one of the biggest appeals to watching Eurovision. Everybody wants to see the trolls, and it's almost like there's an art to it. Typically, you can tell if it's a troll if the song is either about partying, dancing, or having fun. Usually played to a very poppy techno EDM track, usually accompanied by over-the-top flashy costumes and props or bad dancing. From what I've seen, Latvia and Lithuania seem to be really good at this. Like Latvia once dressed up as pirates. Lithuania literally submitted this. Surprisingly, they came in 6th place that year. Usually there's going to be a bunch of slip-ups and mistakes. Ireland once sent in a screaming puppet. The singing can get pretty intense. Oh, and the lyrics, sometimes they're just genius. One time Finland won with this group.
Yes!
Oh, and don't forget drag queens after winning drag queens. And there was that one time Russia was like, screw it. We're just gonna send in a bunch of grandmas baking bread on stage. And they...
Yeah, I think when I at least me, I don't know if you want to be involved in it, but when we do Eurovision watch-alongs, I think we gotta have a drinking game. Every time there's a cheesy lyric, we'll figure this out. We gotta do a shot every single time.
Well, okay, here we go. Since everyone here that's on the Eurovision journey with probably already has a formulated drinking game, what is your drinking game?
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Yes.
We'd really love to know.
Let's play along.
Yes, let's do that.
Actually got second place. In the end, the Eurovision Song Contest is like Europe's complete musical battle royale that brings in the entire continent, plus some other countries that are not part of their
Australia.
continent. Which begs the question, do I think the USA should take part in Eurovision? No, absolutely not. For one, we're not part of Europe. Second, we'd probably ruin it, like seriously. I'm very doubtful any Europeans would be ecstatic to see an American in a European competition. We'd be like that really annoying cousin that your friend brought to your party that you kind of politely laugh at their horrible bad jokes just because you don't want to be confrontational. And when he starts talking to you, you're like, oh yeah? Yeah? Hey, I have to go to the bathroom, but hey, here's Estonia. Have you met Estonia? Yeah. Estonia, US, Estonia, yeah. Just say hi to each other and yeah, you two get along. I gotta go to the bathroom. And third...
But didn't Flowrider do something?
I don't know. I don't think so. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, we have American Song Contest, which I haven't watched, and it doesn't seem like something that interesting. Even though, you know, we have 50 states and multiple territories, there's stiff competition, but at the same time, it's not an original idea, and plus, both The Voice and American Idol get much more viewership, plus America's Got Talent also gets more viewership. I just think that sect of American television is covered.
Let's be honest, they don't want us there.
No,
So
no,
we
they
shouldn't
don't.
try to go there. This is their competition, and they do it justice. They've been doing it for 60 years.
Those song contests, not song contests, singing competitions, that's what they are, singing competitions. They're taken a little more seriously, and it's those with the tortured backstory that always go forward in the competition.
Always.
Eurovision, more for fun.
You can
Unity in Europe after World War II.
Yeah. It's so interesting that there is a political element to it, because wouldn't you think you would give points to people you don't like?
So that they would have to
win?
host it the next year.
Yeah. It's kind of ass backward. Get this guy to host it.
Yeah.
Let's all vote for him.
Kind of like low-key bullying.
Yeah, exactly. You get trolled with the win.
We'd probably never win. I doubt we'd ever get many points, if any at all. I mean, maybe the UK and Ireland would throw some pity points, but nobody would want an American to win Eurovision. And if by some miracle we actually did win, it would probably start a bunch of protests and boycotts and inciting World War III, 4, and 5 all at once. So for the safety of the planet, I think it would be best if we sat this one out. So there you go. Eurovision explained by an American.
All right. Very nice.
It was very
Geography
informative.
You did very well in informing us of a lot of stuff. There's stuff I even learned. For that, I say an automatic 2 thumbs up.
And I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up because that was informative.
Yeah, you learned stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I learn stuff, oh shit.
Yeah. I love that we could do this. You know, you teach me a lot about jousting. I taught you some stuff about Eurovision.
Yeah.
But we didn't teach each other. Video taught us this stuff.
Exactly. But no, it's great. Anything that has a global feel to it, I'm here for it. Just because it's big. It brings people together.
Absolutely.
Whether it is in jest or for real. Both are great.
Both are great. And thank you all
Yes.
for liking, commenting, subscribing,
Yes.
hitting the bell, sharing with your friends on this channel.
Yes.
There's so many things we could give, and we've only got one life to live. The first day of your life, you decided this today. There's no time